Most janitorial companies fail at cold outreach before they even write a single email because they're sending it to the wrong people. Today we're going to fix that. So this video is going to be about how we're going to be finding 500 facility manager leads in 24 hours. And you can do it in 2, to be honest. You can do it in 30 minutes once you know how to. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to have free and paid methods, campaign breakdowns, and verified lead list strategies. If you're new, my name's Ethan. I'm one of the co-founders at CleanReach, where we help commercial cleaning companies generate commercial contracts. So, your list is your leverage. A great sequence to 50 random people is nothing. The same sequence to 500 qualified facilities managers could be 3 or 4 walkthroughs. So a targeted approach is the key takeaway from what I've just said there. Fixing the list. Your data is your power. You have to put a lot of emphasis into who you're contacting and the likelihood of them to respond to that. So yeah, make sure that you've got good data. You don't want to be sending it to the wrong contacts, support at or generic inboxes. You want to be targeting. The next thing is, in order to have good targeting, you first got to define who you want to reach out to. Do you want to reach out to medical clinics? Do you want to reach out to property management companies? It's all going to depend. So you need to build out your list, figure out who you want to target, who needs regular commercial cleaning services, who is likely sitting at their email desk all day, sitting behind their desk all day and checking their emails so that they can reach you. Once you've done all of that, obviously location as well, then you can start to build out your list and start to dial in your targeting. So yeah, you want to do this before you touch anything else. So, this is obviously LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a paid tool, but it's okay. It's not my favorite one, but it's decent. You can get a good targeted lead list from LinkedIn Sales Navigator depending on the size of your market. You can find facilities managers, property management managers. You can find industry specific roles. You can have company specific requirements, which that is one of the filters that you can use to see if the contract size will be larger. Obviously, a company with 50 employees is probably going to have a bigger venue size than one with 5, just logically. So you can use that, and then obviously they've got a location filter on there. The Google Maps, that's free. You can actually use a tool called Google Maps Scraper. I think it's called Instant Data Scraper, and you can get that off of the Chrome store. And what that's going to allow you to do is scrape Google Maps data for free. You're not going to be able to get as much, but if you want to do it as a free kind of way to test out the market, go for it. So yeah, Google Maps scraping, it's a little bit less targeted, it's a bit more broad. So as a result, you're going to need to do more volume to get the same kind of results. So keep that in mind. Apollo.io is a tool that we do use. This is pretty good. You can get facility managers, facilities directors, property management, building ops managers. I believe that it does also scrape LinkedIn to get some of its data. So yeah. Zoom Info is another one, a little bit more expensive, again a good tool to use, and Clay is another one, again a little bit more on the expensive side, but again a good tool to use. So these are 4 good tools that you can get to get high quality data. What a kind of path that I would take is, you get your Apollo data, so you get an email list from Apollo. You then enrich it and verify that through Clay. What enriching really means is that you find out more information about the company. So say it's a medical clinic, in the enrichment through Clay, which it uses AI to do, it will tell you more information about the company, which you can then later use to personalize your emails. So that's pretty important. And then, so Apollo, Clay to enrich, and then you use an email sequencer to send. An email sequencer is essentially an automated email tool where you're able to send high volumes of emails automated. Very useful, game changer. You want to use Instantly, Smart Lead, or Email Bison. Any one of those are good. There are probably more, but those are the three I'd recommend. There's also other Clay enrichments that you can use on your exported Apollo list. Things like buying signals, recent lease signings, office expansions. This all signals that they might be in the market for a new cleaning vendor. But at the end of the day, there's two combinations: timing and volume. You want to be doing a large enough volume to be seen in your market, and at any given time, 5 to 10% of your market is shopping around for a new cleaning provider. They might be unhappy with their current one. They might, it's normally they're unhappy with the current service, or sometimes it's that they're expanding, or sometimes that the contracts have ended. So you've got to be hitting them at the right time. You can only hit them at the right time if you do a lot of volume. Okay. And then this is really important. You want to clean your list before you send it out. Okay. Once you've got your list from Apollo, once you've enriched it with Clay, once you're excited to start sending out your first campaign, you have to clean it. If you send emails to a dirty list, it's going to blackmail your inboxes, which basically means it's going to alert Google or Microsoft that something's not right here. And you're not going to be able to send any more emails. They're all going to go into the junk folder. It's going to tarnish your reputation, and it's pretty catastrophic. So make sure you clean your list. That is ! Buy list. And to clean your list, before I move on, you want to be using tools like Million Verifier, I think Find Email as well, any of those two, but there's tons. These are campaign breakdowns. You put 600 after you clean them up. You might only have 500 or 400, and then 50% might open, so now you're at 300. 30 of them might reply, and then out of those 30 replies, half of them will tell you I'm not interested. Some of them will tell you come back later, reach out in a month or two, I'll keep your details on file, etc. And then 3 contracts could be won out of those 14 walkthroughs that are booked. And obviously each contract is worth, roughly on average, depending on, the data that you got and how good your targeting is, roughly on average around $1,000 a month. So, 12,000 times 3, so that's around 36,000 in annual revenue. For this specific campaign, they were able to generate 112,000 in annual revenue, but this is not average. This is a good campaign, which is why we're showing it. On average, it's around $1,000. It's all about the list, okay? The list does the heavy lifting. You can have the exact same email sequence, sending it to a bad list, and you're not going to get results. So take a lot of pride in your data, take a lot of pride in the research that you do, and who you want to target, and the results will speak for themselves. So just to recap, how I would do it, how I do it is we target, we have a specific ideal customer profile, ICP, that we're going after, their location, their building size, the consistency of cleaning that they want. We then build our lead list based on that. We use Apollo. We filter by job titles, industry, revenue, and we want to get 1,000 plus contacts really. We then enrich that with Clay to make sure we get as much information about those companies so that we can personalize them at scale, because you don't want to be sending generic emails to everybody. You really want to personalize them talk about something specific to them. A relevant cleaning problem that they may face is always good, and that's going to increase your reply rate. And then you want to verify them. So yeah, that's going to decrease your bounce rate and make sure that everything's safe. So yeah, you can use Never Bounce, Million Verifier, Find Email. All of those are fine. And then finally, you're going to be using your email sequencer, Smart Lead, Instantly, Email Bison, and that will mean that you're able to send hundreds to thousands of emails completely automated while you're running around and doing what you normally do on your day-to-day. So yeah, that's the system. Run it once, learn from the data, and scale what works. You always want to be testing and optimizing and looking at the metrics. Okay, so I mean, hopefully that was a little bit of insight. I tried to be quick and just tell you exactly how it is. So obviously now we're at the end. Thanks for staying to the end. I appreciate it. There's two paths. I'm going to include a link in the description for you to book a call with our team, and you know, we can get you set up. We'll do all of this for you so that you don't have to learn it. It'll probably take you a fair bit to learn all of it, but you know, I do put the content out on this channel so that you can learn it. So you know, you can do it yourself. It's going to cost you less. You're going to have more control, but you know, it takes time to manage these things, 20 to 40 hours a week on top of what you're already doing, and then learning, you know, the best practices on Apollo and Clay. And then obviously you're competing against me as well if we've got partners in your area. So yeah, join the Clean Reach team. We'll do it all for you. We'll work together and we'll scale up the commercial contract side of your company. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. The key takeaways are: the list is the foundation, everything else compounds that. Go to the link in the description to book a call and we'll map out your market. So take care and speak soon.